My name is Kim. I'm the Director of Community Engagement for a nonprofit healthcare organization here in Washington. Some of the things that I'm passionate about are hiking and sea kayaking, and I like to support a lot of local Seattle nonprofits. I was born with bladder exstrophy. Bladder exstrophy is where the abdomen and the underlying organs don't form properly in utero and therefore result in the bladder being on the outside. It also causes problems for the child because I was incontinent. What's interesting is that I have an identical twin and she did not have it. So I had quite a few surgeries as a child, trying to put things back together, and ultimately ended up having a surgery when I was 5 years old that created an ostomy. And an ostomy allows the patient to have a pouch on the outside that really acts as a bladder. As a child, it's an embarrassing thing when your ostomy or your bladder leaks. Other kids don't get that and understand that very well. Another problem or challenge was that I wasn't able to do athletics very much, and my healthcare providers and my parents didn't really want me to participate. When I was 27, I did have surgery to replace the urostomy and actually create a bladder using my colon, and that created a lot more freedom in my life. I wasn't tied to having an ostomy bag, and it also diminished this issue of having embarrassing leaks. What really taught me the most about dealing with my condition was the emotional support that's necessary, especially for my mother. As a young mother growing up and taking care of twins, and one with a rare and serious condition, with what's available now on the internet and online communities, you have a lot more opportunity to be able to share not just how to do things better or how to take care of your child better, but also how to give yourself the support. If it were available at the time, I think my mom could have benefited greatly from a mentorship program. Peer-to-peer connection around either whether it's a patient connecting with another patient or a caregiver connecting to another caregiver, you absolutely can understand what that person goes through. The tables have turned most recently for my mom and I because just a year ago she was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had the opportunity and actually the privilege to go with her to all of her appointments, to her medical oncology appointment, to the surgeon appointment. It was emotional for both of us because it was a recognition that I had the opportunity to kind of pay back. It's both a privilege and a responsibility to share my story, not just for communicating to patients that you can go through this and come out the other side, but also because there's opportunity here for patients to create their own community of other patients, whether online or groups doing things together. My slogan is no excuses, no limits. As a child, I had to be more careful, be concerned that sutures would come out, and be a little careful about not being too athletic. So now I've been a competitive rower. I do sea kayaking, rough water sea kayaking throughout Washington and British Columbia, and I feel like there are no limits.